Hi guys, welcome to LadyH. So today we're going to talk about issues around Covid-19, Corona, also known as Corona. So first of all, Corona, Covid-19 became an issue worldwide beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, around sometime in February, things were shut down. Lives came to a standstill. We saw things we've never seen, like everything, schools were closed and all that, whatnot. We all know what happened because we're all there. So right now, the numbers are going up again. During the lockdown, only in places where there was compliance, things were under control. There are certain places where we all know, I'm not going to point any fingers, I'm not going to do that. We know there are certain places where the numbers kept increasing. So things were locked down, things were under control, things have now opened up again, and the numbers are going up. It's very worrisome for many people. Our children are going back to school, and it's very worrisome. So right now in the mainstream media, we've seen people who have been coming up and saying, oh, I'm so broken. They say their experiences. Some of them have lost grandparents. Some of them have lost their parents. They're wondering, how did this even happen? Oh yeah, it happened when you decided to be non-compliant, not to social distance, not to wear masks, not to wash your hands, and went party at the beach. So you brought the virus to mom and dad, and that is unfortunately how everything ended. So you know what, we need to connect actions and consequences, and we always, when we think about that, for example, when you're walking in the store, there are some arrows that show to go a certain way, but you still people going the opposite way. So now the issue right now is many people are having concerns about the cost attached to mask wearing. Some people think, oh, you know what, wearing mask is infringing on our rights. And there's certain places of the world, certain places where mandatory wearing of masks is being enforced in the public places. Some people have issues with that. I am pro-mask. I agree, there's a cost attached to that. And if there's, it's becoming costly. But what we can do is we can start being innovative again. Go back to the basic sewing skills, sew masks that are comfortable, that are custom to what fits you better. Let's wear a mask and keep our children safe. That is my suggestion. However, I'm going to welcome views from different parts of the world. We'll have John Sonofdavid, we'll have Miss Taka from Nairobi, and we'll have Namachesh from Winnipeg, Canada. So let's watch this. Hi, you guys. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining LadyH virtually. So we have a student from Manitoba, Canada. We have Noella. Hi, Noella.
Hi.
Oh, we have John Sonofdavid. He's from Alberta. He's a construction worker. Hi, John.
Hi, LadyH.
And we have Miss Taka. Miss Taka is, actually from Nairobi right now. She's lived most of her schooling time in London, England. She's a businesswoman. Hi, Miss Taka.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. So today, actually, thanks for you guys visiting. We are hanging out and talking about issues around COVID-19, Corona. We're talking about that again. And the reason why we're talking about that again is we have surging numbers. The numbers are going high. People are dying again. It was really an issue beginning of the year, but then right now, things were closed at the beginning of the year. Things are open right now, and there's so many concerns. So anyways, it's really not bad news in Nairobi, actually, Ms. Taka. I hear you guys haven't been hit the worst, like we people everywhere else. Like, what's going on, Ms. Taka? Like, what's going on, kind of.
I'll tell you what, just allow me to correct something because you say it's not so bad in Nairobi, but thinking about that, I think it's a population thing because if I think there's no way we can put a comparison of where you have got, where you are and Kenya, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, because what's our population in Kenya? 50. We are now 50 million.
Okay.
You guys are way beyond that. Even in Africa, Nigeria is way beyond that. So it is bad. I would say it's still bad based on the population. And bearing in mind the last few months, the cases have continued to surge. So it's not as comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody else is going on the mainstream media. We are thinking you guys are not hit as bad as other people are. But thanks for the correction. So Mr. John, I know you are hospitalized recently. You've seen things going on in the hospital. Ooh. Like, what can you tell us about Alberta, actually?
Thank you. Yeah, so as you pointed out, I was hospitalized for 2 weeks due to a road accident.
I think you're doing good now. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Yeah, that was when I woke from my my thing, and I was getting around the hospital. I noticed that the Red Deer Hospital has taken very serious measures. There's a lot of cleaning every day and sanitizing. Everybody in the hospital, and I mean everybody, has to wear a mask.
Okay.
They keep a record of the people coming in and out. If you're you only get 2 consistent guests for the duration of your stay in the hospital. And by 2 guests, I mean the people you choose the first day to visit you are the people that are going to visit you if you're there for a week or a month. They are the exact 2 same people. And even though some people don't want to wear a mask, if you want to be inside that hospital, they meet you at the door, they sanitize you, they give you a new mask. Even if you had a mask, they take that away. They are not taking any chances. And every other room that a patient leaves is cleaned and sanitized and then locked.
Do you think people are complaining because some people complain? Do you think the public is fighting, or do you think they're compliant?
Oh, public here is fighting. What I have noticed is people have become so it sounds anti-government, but people are so dissatisfied with their government, so they have politicized every little thing. This is a pandemic, and just because the government goes on air and says people have to do this, people don't want to do that.
So there's a little bit of that fighting. People don't want to do it because they were told to do it. Anyways, welcome, Noella. I know you're a young adult. You love to have fun. You don't want to be confined in the same place. You're soon going back to school. Welcome to the show. So what are your thoughts? I think when some of us were your age, we love to have fun. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about this whole situation?
I think just by, watching the news, seeing a lot of the statistics, at least here in Canada, I think you can say that maybe we opened up the country a bit too early, as you can tell by the surging number of cases and the surging number of deaths. I think after lockdown, I think the government was maybe just focused on, opening back up the economy, which is understandable for sure.
Because many people have lost jobs and stuff. People need to, fend for their family. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm, yes, of course. But yeah, I guess I'm not sure about other parts of the world, but I know here definitely we've seen a spike in cases, and I know we were one of the provinces with the least amount of cases, but we're definitely catching up to the other provinces.
Okay, so Ms. Taka, talking of opening up economy, I know there used to be lockdown, and maybe you can elaborate about a little bit of that. Many people are not too happy, but the government in Kenya had taken the measures to make sure everybody was safe. So what's happening right now, honey?
Let me tell you, I think in Kenya, just going back to what your assessment of cases being lower was, I will tell you what I can attribute that to.
Okay.
Kenyans, I think, I would say, are conformists.
Oh, okay.
And like what comes out, we conform. Now, in this regard, I've had what my counterparts have said about Canada, for example.
Okay.
People have a tendency to rebel or to resist if it's anything coming from the government.
Okay.
That has worked the opposite for us, Kenya.
Oh.
How this has worked is, much as we would like to do that, if it touches health, and in this case, we are talking economy,
Okay.
because we dampened the economy outlook here as soon as this hit us, and people realized it's up to me. For example, I know if I end up in a situation where I'm not going to work, I haven't got a job. Let's talk about the semi-skilled people, for example. They have no option but to look after their health because they need their jobs.
Okay.
Unlike a hospital that I've forgotten his name, where you will be forced to wear a mask, and it works the opposite for us. It's up to you because nobody will care about you that close. So that has helped a lot. Sanitizing is top, but it's self-induced as opposed to the coming from the outward. Now, looking at the economy now, I think when we had the lockdown, that of course hit us really hard.
Okay.
And it's out of that, out of the need to go back to business, that we put all these things as much as we could in place, including even a shopkeeper who's allowed to open in the kiosk. You'll find them with is it a thermal gun, checking your temperature.
Okay.
They
So
invest
they're very careful. They're very careful.
Really doing that, but that's doing that out of desperation because they wanted the lockdown to be lifted. And then now the curfew, because of the changes, the curfew has been adjusted as well, which is quite good because that hit a lot of, again, the semi-skilled people who have to get up really early. And now that has been relaxed. So we're doing 4 a.m. start to 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. I beg your pardon. Okay. That has really helped right now.
So right now we have all these things going on in different parts of the world. However, masks have become an issue. So masks have become an issue in some parts because some people don't want to wear masks. They're thinking, you know what, you're forcing me, you're telling me, you're infringing on my rights. Some people have gone to stores and yelled at the people at the stores because they've been asked to wear masks. I know there's a cost attached to it. That's why I said earlier on in my show, people, because I'm pro-mask, people should go back to the basic sewing skills. If you feel it's very expensive to buy the disposable ones, just make ones that are custom to yourself. Go back to the basic sewing skills. So what's the situation, Ms. Taka, in Nairobi with masks? Like, are people being forced to wear a mask? Like, what's going on?
To be honest, nobody's forced. Like I said again, I will do anything personally. I'll do anything to protect myself. Yeah, and people are doing that. But I would say that what I can say I have observed, just like ladies, or let me not use something extreme as an example, but there are certain things that are very uncomfortable, much as they're needed. Okay. Yeah, at the right time, you get rid of them. Okay. I'll leave that to your imagination. Now, in this regard with masks, I would say people have conformed. People will be wearing masks running, it's uncomfortable, but because of the need to protect you and protect the other person, I can see people are complying. And also our enforcement, like the police, they will not let you.
They don't joke.
Exactly. So that as well has helped. And then availability, of course. They made them so affordable. I know there are two sets. So there's the medical, or is it surgical masks, which is quite costly. N95 or whatever you call it. Okay. People cannot afford that. They made it possible, like you're saying, stitching. And their masks as cheap as 70 shillings. I know when we started, they say 20 shillings. I'm yet to find that. However, they've made it possible for even somebody lowest level to have a mask.
So the only thing I would say why you shouldn't wear a mask.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We are wearing masks. The only thing I can say we are not doing extremely well is hygiene. I would say that myself. When I get home, I know that like the stitched mask, I'm supposed to wash that daily. And with boiling water, I hardly do that. And that's just being lazy.
But still the compliance is wonderful. So Noella.
Yeah.
what do you think about mask situation? I know you guys, when your age, you want to put on makeup, you want to look good. You just don't want this thing covering your face. Like, what do you think about that? And what have you observed?
Well, I've seen a lot of establishments here that I've gone to, masks have been made mandatory. So if you want to enter the establishment, you have to wear a mask. I've noticed that if you don't have a mask, you're provided with one. I don't think I've really observed anywhere kicking their customers out for not having one. But I've also noticed those same establishments, when people are provided with masks, you know, at the entrance, they put it on and then they enter. And then I guess when the staff are not there, they take it off, or either just not, you know, put it on.
So there's no seriousness, 100% seriousness in this.
Yes. I've also, I noticed that even when some establishments I've gone to, I've also noticed that I've seen some customers, you know, speak to the workers, asking, why are you wearing a mask? I have difficulty understanding you. And, you know. So
there's need for more education.
Yes.
Okay.
Personally, I think I do agree that masks, at least especially with the surging cases, and I've noticed also many people, you know, don't like to listen to, or just to take the basic measures, you know, simply covering your mouth or washing your hands. So I think I would say that I am very pro-mask.
Okay.
Especially if we're going to, I think, overcome this COVID, and I'm pretty sure many of us do want many of these establishments to be open. Many of us do want to go out. Many of us do want to socialize. But I think if we're going to, if that's something we want, I think that we should all, you know, do our part, listen to, you know, many public advisors, and just follow those measures which need to be taken.
So we need to put in, it has to be a collective effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yes.
So John, what's this issue with masks out there? Like, what's going on? Especially, we would want to hear about those resisting this and the importance. I mean, they should realize it's very, very important.
So in Alberta, as I mentioned, just because the government said people should wear a mask, people don't want to wear a mask. But what I have noticed is a certain group of people. There's the age between 30 to about 50. They're very stubborn, especially in Alberta. And masks here, they're not that. And when I mentioned the hospital, when you go there, they don't require you to pay for the mask. They'll give you the masks. And people, just like Noella said, they will wear the mask. And if you don't pay attention, they will take them off. Except at the hospital, I said you can't do that. But generally here, I see young people and mostly kids that are with their parents. They're all wearing masks.
Mm-hmm. Because mom and dad said they should.
Yes. And then, and parents, mostly when I see parents with the little one, and that's the problem, that some people have nothing to lose. These people between the age of 30 and 50, and they don't have little kids, they don't care. These people live for themselves. But for me, and I'm walking around with a little girl, I don't want anybody to get anywhere near her, because this is for me. This is for me. I may not trust the government or that, but this is a global pandemic.
Yeah.
And if the death toll in the world right now does not show you how serious this is, then you cannot be even educated. Our friend in Nairobi said, this is mostly people are taking, and maybe it's how we were raised, you know. This is almost common sense, but a lot of people are not looking at it that way. People think it's a conspiracy. You know, in Alberta, on August 14th, we had 103 new cases. That's mind-boggling. 103 new cases.
What did they attribute that from? Was it some parties or what? What was going on?
It's the thing. It's the socializing. It's the socializing. Because what do people do? I was looking at the curfews, like they said in Nairobi. Why the times? And I saw somebody ask a question like, this is stupid. Why do we have, when it was new, and it was, I think, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. But it's because a working person is busy with work between the hours of 8 up to 5 o'clock. After people relax and start socializing, what happens when people start socializing is they become friendly, they get loose, then they want to hug, they want to keep drinking, then they want to call so and so join the party. It's great. Before you know it, there's no more social distancing, and if somebody came to that party with something, they've given it to a few number of people, they travel and they spread it. But then I say that, and I believe in, but then maybe our friend in Nairobi will correct me on this. After the lockdown in Nairobi, did anything really change? Because those numbers still keep going up. If I'm wrong, correct me. And the reason I want to bring that, right now, Alberta is doing something. They want to be like Sweden. But this is kind of too late, because Alberta, we are almost on our second wave.
Because it's the province that has one of the highest numbers.
Yes, now this is almost bad. We are worried we're going to shut down again. But look at what happened to Sweden. They didn't shut it down, because of the economy. And for me, I think it's greed. But having said that, Sweden, they had the worst deaths. It was almost like the United States. But right now, when our cases are going up, theirs is going down, because they have one of the best health cares in the world. They have the universal health like we have in Canada. But still, to me, I don't want to play God like some of these governments. And I say, because again, I think it's greed. Oh, we need the economy to run. A lot of people died. But then again, right now, when we have more people dying, their numbers, their cases have gone down. So this is you know what I mean, is like almost black and white.
My thought, what I think, and someone should correct me, is many people only see this as a problem when it hits you. When mom and dad dies, when uncle dies, when your best friend dies. But if it doesn't really hit you, it's someone else's problem. It's something that happens to other people. But this is real. This is real, and this is real. So we don't have to say the government, and you know what? Nobody has 100% answers. Even the WHO is not sure when the vaccine is coming up definitive. Of course, we have other people who are advocating for other, different medications. We have all those things going on. But I think it has to be a collective responsibility. We need to take care of ourselves. So I just want all your final thoughts, just a statement to the people viewing you, because all of you have your followers. And what is your message to your peeps, Ms. Taka?
Okay, I would say, I think collectively we have got the same thought and same styles. And being a pandemic, what's happening in the US is not different from Kenya and Canada and the rest of the world. And I think it comes down to economies and what they've got in place to curb or to deal with situations like this. So every country or every place will deal with their issue based on how strong they are financially.
And the situation happening there.
Yeah. So I would say for us, we found our own way. We've realized that the ones who need money most have got to put measures in place or to observe what's set out to help them. And that's the way to survive. Now, overall, I would say as a takeout is that whatever the country, whatever the situation, COVID is about social distancing. I think that would be my take, that whichever state you are, even if it's Sweden, like we see, I know they have got very good healthcare, etc., and other places, but I think it's all about social distancing. Why I say that is that I've seen for Kenya, when we had the lockdown, which was very tight, it wasn't a total, we really contained the cases. The minute we did a partial opening, the case is short. So to me, it's nothing but social distancing, because we even said restaurants are open, 1 meter, all these things were put in place. But the minute there's that relaxed environment, then this is happening to us. Okay. So my workout is for COVID, whoever you are, wherever you are, social distancing is the way to manage.
Thank you so much, Miss Taka. So Noella, just a couple more words to your peeps. Like what do you want your viewers to hear? What do you want the people to hear?
Um, yeah, I would say that, as a young person, I think, and especially being at, that age, in your teens and your 20s, I know that many of us like to go out, like to socialize, I know I do, but I think if that's something that, we want and, we want to continue, especially I'm pretty sure many of us did not really enjoy lockdown, but if, we want to keep those privileges, I think that it's,
It's a
for us.
privilege. I like the word privilege. That's a privilege.
Yes, I would say that, it's about us doing our part in, being safe. As Ms. Taka said earlier, social distancing, whether it's, wearing masks, and any other really advice that we've received from the government or, our health officials. And I'll just say, all of us, doing our part. I know many of us think that, we're at that age, where I guess maybe the virus can't touch us. It's only the people, that elderly or those who,
No, it's
with
touching the young people right now. Right now,
but many of people I think don't, believe that, they think they're, immune from it. But, like, as you said earlier, it's not true. It can really hit anyone. And also maybe you yourself may not, get the virus, but, or I guess some people also forget that it's, it can also be asymptomatic. Maybe you may not show the symptoms, but you can have it
spreading it.
and pass it to,
You're spreading it to everybody.
Yes. So I think, whenever, I decide like I want to go somewhere, I think, I always keep that in mind that yes, I may not, have to be tested for it, but I could bring it home to my family. So that's why I try to take those measures, wearing my mask, washing my hands, social distancing, all of that. And I think that's something that everyone else should keep in mind.
Okay, thank you so much. So John, you have less than a minute because my time is running out. So what is your final word?
I think it's just to affirm what everybody has said.
Okay.
Social distancing, and I know that a lot of people are getting their information from social media.
Okay.
What I want to advise people is this is a World Health Organization first priority. It's not, it's all our problem, but unless you hear from World Health Organization or from your government, I say just keep the distance. There's no vaccine until we hear otherwise. So it's up to me to protect my family. It's up to you to protect yours.
Just like Ms. Taka said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think we should imitate what's happening in Kenya.
Yeah, well, let's just do the social distancing thing. And cleanliness, you would think that's common sense to stay clean, wash your hands when you get home or when you use the bathroom, but people have to be reminded. And I think that's the only thing that's going to save us. Also to repent our sins, we have to ask ourselves why the whole world is suffering at the same time.
And that's another topic, different topic altogether. And we can't really, because this entire thing is a mystery. So it's possible. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much. And because of time, we're gonna just end this. However, thank you for, you've communicated to everybody. And I hope whoever is listening, you need to realize, because it hasn't hit you, it doesn't mean it's not there. So thank you so much, guys. And, once more, I feel honored that you guys were able to come. So we'll do this more often again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I think you guys have had a little bit of an overview of what's happening in different parts of the world. And honestly, I'm just so happy that we're all enlightened. Oh, thank you so much. And you know what? I'll say bye for now. But before we go, I want to welcome you to like, share my videos if you like. And you know what, guys? You need to subscribe to my videos if you haven't. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah.